Kamala Harris advertisement from when she was running for the president of the United States painted a very clear picture of her versus Donald Trump. And I guarantee you, Donald Trump and his team right now are shaking in their boots because he's going to have to debate this woman.
Sick of this? Well, think about this. He's a world leader in temper tantrums. She never loses her cool. She prosecuted sex predators. He is one.
Grab him by the...
She shut down for-profit colleges that swindled Americans. He was a for-profit college.
At Trump University, we teach success.
Literally. He's owned by the big banks. She's the attorney general who beat the biggest banks in America and forced them to pay homeowners $18 billion. He's tearing us apart. She'll bring us together. This is Trump. And in every possible way, this is the anti-Trump. So if that's what you're looking for in your next president, there's really only one. Kamala.
That advertisement is beautiful, and it just goes to show you how Kamala Harris is going to destroy Donald Trump in November. Donald Trump, the child versus the prosecutor. Donald Trump, the sex predator versus the hero who saves us from sex predators. Donald Trump, the fraud versus the prosecutor who goes after and saves the American people from the frauds. Donald Trump, the corporate shill versus the woman who protects Americans from corporate greed. Donald Trump, the divider in chief versus the woman who represents not only half of America, women, but also minorities. I mean, if you don't love the matchup of Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump, then I don't really know what to tell you, because the game right here is women who are already energized and motivated to fight back against Republicans and Donald Trump's attacks on their reproductive freedoms. Now, with Joe Biden, he kind of had a problem energizing women. But you know who doesn't have a problem? The minority woman who is a fierce protector of women's reproductive freedoms. Talk about motivating women to vote. This is a game changer. Now, another reason why this is devastating for Donald Trump is because Trump and his matchup versus Hillary Clinton, he walked all over her because Hillary really tried to come across as the poised legislator, the executive who will rise above the Donald Trumps. Kamala is not afraid to go right after Trump. And really, I think she's going to expose him, and not only his misogyny, but his racism. I mean, the perfect candidate. I just can't express enough how this ad perfectly symbolizes how she is going to absolutely eviscerate him in November. Now, we thought that Joe Biden's 81 million votes in 2020 was astounding, was almost unbelievable. But, I guarantee you that the American public is going to turn out for Kamala and whoever she picks. Also, going back to Kamala being a prosecutor, we've seen in courtroom after courtroom that Donald Trump doesn't really have a good track record against prosecutors recently. They proved that he was a fraud in New York. He's no longer allowed to do business in New York. They also proved that he's the sexual predator, that he raped a woman. I mean, you'll hear in the coming months, Donald Trump and his team just try to say how, oh, they're in such a great position, and they're gonna wipe the floor with Kamala. They're wrong, just like they always are. Donald Trump won in 2016 largely with the help of Russians and that whole GRU, the Russians flooding our social media with nonsense. Then he lost the midterms in 2018. Then he lost the presidential election in 2020. There was supposed to be a big red wave in 2022 against Joe Biden, and that never happened. Their track record is of lying and losing. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, her track record is being a total badass and representing women and representing the American people.